of the play. That's the important part, and you already know that's your ball no matter what. As third man, very very good play because that is a great example of, yep, this is my ball 100%, and all you're doing is you're just trying to keep it offensive because you don't honestly you don't care that it's not on the net. If you can score it on the net, that's great. But right now, you're just worried about buying both of them a lot more time to get boost and be able to come back into the play.
That was
And
exactly my thought.
yeah, so you did exactly that, which is great because now it looks like Alex is ready to come back into it, and Potato's ready to start playing the support role. Albeit, a little far away from it, but the idea is there.
Could you just show me
So,
if I take these pads right here, or if I do take the wall? Yeah.
so right here, you kind of overextended a little hard for that bump. You did get it though, and it disrupted him, which is good. It's just plus, I mean, because you landed inside the net, you kind of have to make a rotation based on where the play's going. The play's shifting sides, and since, let's see, where you seeing that? You definitely go for this bump. You're getting out of the play. Yeah, you definitely put your eyes on the ball, so you knew the play was going that direction right here. So yeah, this is good. You're on this side now. So the ball immediately shifted back to that side. So now, yeah, we want to definitely move move our rotation back,
Okay.
which is kind of confusing, like in the moment. Like, but this is me explaining this is stuff that you would think about in the span of less than a second.
Yeah, so counterclockwise rotation here, and as soon as the ball starts going backward, it's
Yep.
clockwise.
So did I do the right thing here in the end, or
You
Yeah,
started
yeah.
to go
So now you,
counter, and then you moved it into clockwise, I think.
yeah, yeah. So since the ball went that way, now you want to rotate out this way. And you can go if you want to go for those pads, but I'd honestly take the little bit wider route. Not too wide, because we want to stay relevant to the play. So we would definitely take this way route
right, more boost
and get back
instead of
in right here. And then like you can immediately be second man here. Assuming he got a good first man play. He didn't, that's fine. Since we're already right here, we'll go ahead and rotate ourselves out. Go down this middle path. Get back
It,
in.
it was
So
counterclockwise the whole
Alex can go.
time for
Yep.
her.
Yep.
okay.
But the thing is, we're considering this rotation based on how she went for this bump. We're going the rotation based on how she got this
So she kind of set
recovery.
the rotation. Is that normal for first to set the rotation like that?
Yeah, because you're already setting it. We're attacking this way. We're trying to get the ball to go this way to go in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty much that's what first man's doing, setting the direction of rotation. But obviously, with how the defense goes, if she did get it across and it goes this way, she now wants to change her direction and rotate this way because now
Yep, clockwise. Yep.
everything's going this way.
Mm-hmm.
And you as second man, since the ball did change, you would either be right here trying to get that quick touch in, because you want to be the aggressor here, and you want to let Potato play that loss of what
Got it.
comes out of this.
Yep.
So
So right there, can
I don't
you
know,
go back to what I just did? Instead of
right
challenging,
here.
should I have just rotated back behind Potato? Right there.
So this is kind of a tough spot. Um, he's already on his way back, and you already kind of made a decision to go for this ball, but then you backed away.
Okay, what
Um,
should I have stayed committed?
I would.
Even with two of them that are gonna beat me to it, I should try and jump and get the 50.
Yeah,
So
because
hear me
you got
out.
two guys
Hear me
going back.
out. Potato's on his way back. Jessica just got that 50 right there, or that touch. Realistically, you can force this play to happen a little bit sooner and also put a little bit more pressure to try and keep them on offense. Because right here, as third man, that's your ball. Your goal is right now is to make sure you're buying them time. And if that means that you make them go early and fumble, he's already on his way back. So
Got
we
it.
go ahead. We're already boosting.
And because I backed off so soon, I gave them more time to do what they wanted.
Yeah. You want to start closing this window early and give them less time to think. Because you could be here for this ball. You can even pre-jump that because you already know he's about to hit it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, definitely we stay committed here. We can see that he's gonna hit that ball and bang it. We can jump it early and try to get a dunk on him. And even if you don't get a dunk on him, you just get a touch on that ball. Um, that's still amazing. But even though you miss here, you definitely want to get behind Potato because you want Potato to go for this first.
Gotcha.
Because, well, you can. I mean, obviously, you'd argue this also buys some time, but this is also a really rough 50 for you to get. You're backwards to the ball, and you have one guy right here who's currently the threat. So you would have had to make a full U-turn and get a jump going towards the ball in order to win this easily. 'Cause right here, you just kind of give it right back to their hands here,
Right, right.
and you're still kind of in the way of your teammate. So Potato can't even go for this right now because you're already on it. Um, and now that you went for that ball and lost, um, it's harder for him because now he's currently last man back. He's in a rough spot right here because wait, where did the other guy go? Holy shit, he's all the way over here. Okay. Um, by the way, it's still a rough spot.
It could have very easily
Uh,
been a 2v1 on him
yeah, it could have
with
very
Jess
easily.
being
Yes.
too far wide. Yeah.
I didn't think this guy just dipped like that. I thought he would have like
Right.
landed
Yeah.
like
It would
and
have.
like stayed right here.
It would have been
Yeah,
super powerful on Potato.
yeah. I thought they were going to do that. Okay, well, I guess in this case, like, I mean, it's still the wrong
Still
side,
out of
but you didn't.
position. Still, yeah. Still cut
Yeah,
twice. Yeah.
but we're now working with what we got. So he's actually not very pressured at all. He can just freely go for this ball, take his time, buy time for you to get back, buy time for her to get back.
I ended up just
Um,
giving it right to him. I didn't get the touch I wanted. Just ended up throwing it away.
let me see this. Oh yeah, you just kind of did a weird jump. Yeah, definitely. We want to make sure we're getting a good touch here.
So I
I know
tried
the
to pop
video.
it so I could follow it, but I popped it too hard to where I was just not going to be able to catch up to it.
Yeah, I got a nice video for you to watch because that'll help you with this a lot more. So try and get the rotations back in. This is fine. The only reason why is because you're already making a wide rotation and you're able to get back a little quicker. I would say to free up some space, definitely like you know go on the back ball here and get some backboard defense going.
Yeah.
Normally whoever goes on the back ball will kind of go first, but it's honestly situational. If that ball's a grounder, obviously he can get to it a little sooner. But if that ball's going anywhere above the net, this is your ball, 100%.
Yeah.
So
What do I
right
say?
here,
So let's say I'm back post and he's on the wall. What would he say to me to say, "Hey, I'm going at the wall," so that I know that if it's above the crossbar to let him have it. So like I
on
say
back
back
ball,
post here and he says back wall.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, on back ball. So then he would be up here posted. Is that touch, and then you'd be ready to go for that. But since he's already going, we'd let him go. He can
Yeah, I
go for
shouldn't
it.
have gone for that.
Yeah, I definitely say you stay committed here, Alex. You stay committed on that ball. And then Jessica, of course, go ahead and get yourself out of there. Get some pads on your way out. And I mean, this 100 boost is still here, so let's go ahead and grab that while we're at it. Since the rotation's pretty slow right now, we can play it a little wider to get back in to get the rotation to start going faster again. Because if he's at a standstill right here, and you just you cut around like this and get right here, and now you're at a standstill, that's time that could have been spent. Honestly, just grabbing this boost and getting him back with 100 boost. So, so what are we thinking about here, Alex?
I think I should have gone on the back wall instead of going for it.
So right here, looks like you are playing for that touch right here.
Yeah, no, yeah,
But
that's what I was thinking. I didn't know you were asking me what I was thinking. I thought you meant what should I have done instead.
yeah, I was asking what you're thinking.
Oh, here, yeah, I was thinking I was gonna catch the ball and then pop it over all three of them since they were all on attack.
We want to make sure when we're if we are going for this kind of play where we're stopping this, we're making sure we're getting below the ball because the way that this kind of touch works, um, we need to make sure we're keeping ourselves below the ball and we're coming up into the ball as it touches the wall. So when it touches right here, We want to make sure our car is looking up to go into it to get that
Okay.
touch and bounce it out.
Okay.
Because right here, it's just a rough position to be in. It's kind of hard to play this ball. So yeah, because it also ended up causing a double commit at this point. Yeah, because Potato isn't even back yet, and you've already kind of pushed forward. It's definitely like okay to take your time here and wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Both my team are down there. What the hell am I doing playing offense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them are down there. You just
I.
let them bring
Yeah.
the ball to you.
Yeah. I shouldn't have challenged. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Yeah, and then you could go for this ball and get a quick power hit out to buy them more time.
Yep.
And
No.
maybe try to put it somewhere where you're gonna go ahead and continue your momentum
Yep.
at.
Yep.
So
I need to be
you feel
looking
like
better
time this way.
where they're at.
Yeah, because that was very that was a really panic moment.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, because then she had that panic touch right there, and right now, Theo hasn't even gotten back yet. And then the panic ensues. I see, because she immediately goes for that ball. Yeah, that's such a rough position to be into. Yeah, definitely take your time here. You let them give the ball to you, so she can rotate behind you, and you go for that ball. Is definitely we also want to make sure we're not cutting each other off when that happens. If you have the time to waste here,
Yeah.
um,
I
obviously we
think
can
in my
combat
head
you.
in this exact moment, I was feeling pressured because we're down two, and so I felt like I had to rush a play.
Yeah,
I,
that's definitely exactly what Orange Team wants you to do is rush this play because you're down two. They have the
As the
offensive
orange
pressure on
team,
you.
yes, he's right. That was what we wanted you to do. We play so
So
bad down if we're down, but like as soon as we get up, we're good at wasting time. But it's
yeah,
rough.
yeah, because I made this really rough.
If you don't want me in here, I understand too. By the way,
Oh
no,
no
you're
I
no
was
good,
just
bro.
curious.
You're
Yeah,
good, man.
yeah
yeah.
Happy to have you.
yeah might as well get some free learning in.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. Even though he's
We're
a little
all
awkward.
tongue-tied here, and we just couldn't get the
Yeah,
rotation back on track. It was just
honestly,
constant. Yeah.
I would just wait and say you're next. And you could even put yourself on the back wall here. You can just say you're next and play back wall. You say that and have him go, and you can change yourself back down here and play this, and or you can even just stay stuck right here and say you're next and just put
So,
yourself in
what's a
park.
good strategy, Tristan, when you've noticed that all three of you are panicking, all three of you are tongue-tied, all three of you just can't get back into a good tight formation, everything's loosey goosey, everybody's flailing. Is there a word or phrase or something that somebody should be looking for that could just tell the team, hey, get back into that circle?
This is something that you and your teammates would have to discuss. Like you'd have to kind of think of something to say in that scenario. There's nothing that we can say. It's just kind of what happens with me is I just gonna be like, oh hey, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate out and reposition myself. So that way,
So I
whatever
guess what I'm
happens,
saying
happens.
is, let's say one of us notices that we're all out of whack. That one person,
So
they should rotate out. They should just take the initiative and say, hey, I'm rotating out.
yes.
Okay.
So in this case right here, if you right here realize, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? We're all out of whack. Honestly, I'd take this time to just go ahead and rotate out. And let's do a wide rotation because while everything's congested here, let's go ahead and just go focus on the 100 boost here.
Even if
Because
that would
right
create a
now,
shooting
right now,
opportunity for the other team.
because right now you're not in a good spot to stop whatever's going on here. Potato here, this is where Potato needs to be looking for that shooter, taking him out.
Yeah, I panicked because I was just gonna go up because they weren't really in a good position for a,
Right.
I guess, save for it. So once I saw
Yeah.
like the ball was miss or like
Look at
not
this.
a good
Look at
touch,
this.
then
Look at this. Look at this path you're taking. So now we just need to know how to recover from this path. I like this a lot. I see you using this path. That's amazing. Did you even realize that?
Yeah, I have a good sense of rotation and pad pathing.
Okay. That's
Sometimes,
good.
like,
That's good.
depending on situation, I do just
So
make
right
mistakes.
here, we need to immediately be thinking, okay, well, I have 2 teammates back there. No matter how bad they look, you want to focus on the next thing because you want to assume and trust that your teammates can save this ball,
Yeah,
or at least stop it from going in from this guy up here, Casante. So you want to go ahead and go for the next
demo.
most relieving play here, which would be the turn and try to take Cooper out.
Yeah,
'Cause right here, you need to relieve them some pressure from a shooter, and that by taking him out instead of trying to go for this ball, which if you look at it, it's honestly pretty obvious that he's not even going to get a shot on net. We just want to make sure we're definitely playing for the next person on the field here, which would be this guy. Taking him out, and then we can go ahead and get back, and we can even go for this boost if you wanted. Which
yeah. I
would
just
then put
respected
yeah,
Cassandre too much.
yeah, I get you. But yeah, for sure, you definitely make a pit stop back here if you need it, which looks like you don't need it, but that's okay. We want to just make sure we get ourselves a 100 boost while the play is going this way. And also, if they wanted to try to boost starve you on the way out, you're also boost starving them by taking that with
Yeah,
your boost.
yeah,
And it also frees up space in rotation. So you get that, and then Alex can go ahead and start pushing up with her, and you would be ready back post for the next play.
yeah.
Instead of throwing him to the other side of the field. Holy shit. Bro said, get out of here. What the hell? Damn. Bro wants his teammate and the ball.
Uh,
He has it all. But yeah, that would definitely make that whole play in its entirety a lot less stressful and whatnot. So this was fine here. This is an example of a cut that worked. Right now with how she's positioned in net, if you're reading this ball, then you're ready for her to, or she's already at a spot where she's not gonna go for it.
yeah.
You're already right here, so we just go ahead and play on top of that. Because he has the momentum and he does have some boost, you can focus on what do you got? You're 45. You can start focusing on this pad right here even. And go to this one and try to play a second man here really quickly. You gotta start pushing, and then you would even have a shot opportunity. It looks like you did, but you were a little
I went
off.
too far. Yeah, my momentum
No,
just kept me on the wall.
No,
no,
he's
you're
talking about
fine.
Jess.
I was gonna go for the
Yeah,
bump.
No, you're fine.
I
He's saying,
was a little too far back.
yeah, he's saying if she
yeah,
followed you more tightly in this, that she could have had a position to shoot while you were
yeah,
moving.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You did your job exactly how you should have. She just needed to be a little bit closer to make this play work. Which I see. I like that you're on those pads, but I'll definitely get yourself a lot closer because right
Me
now
and
we're
Jess
closing
both
in.
need to lock that in. We are a little too wide or a little too sloppy with our boost lanes. We need to be more cognizant of that.
Yeah, and right here
Yep.
we go ahead
Yep.
and pop ourselves over
Definitely.
early.
Yep.
We're playing for that. We're playing for that right there. We want to get this gap as close as possible to hitting that ball directly into the net. We're shooting for right here and right here, and this is the win. Because right now he hit it away. You're shooting for this ball right here.
So just playing into the football makes it a lot more plays more manageable and
Exactly.
usable early.
Because it really puts you on a good path to not only keep your boost maintained, but also keep your speed up and get a good branch off to get to that ball, no matter where it's
I'm
at.
really bad about just taking like the straight line back right in the middle,
Yeah.
so I will definitely work on this.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing too wrong with taking this straight path down. It's just the pads are so spread out that while you can
Yeah,
still
well,
keep
I end
your
up missing half
speed
of them
without
anyway,
boosting,
so
yeah, while you can still keep your speed without boosting, like it's still quite a bit. But this right here at least gives you a turning option. It lets you flow into the play a lot quicker instead of coming back here and trying to make an abrupt cut really quickly to try to get back in
well,
over
even
here.
just listening to you, sometimes you're like, well, you can cut into second, and I'm like, well, even if I didn't cut into second, it would still be more beneficial as third man. So like, I playing the football is just
Right?
it's just good.
Yeah. And definitely, if you moved yourself to that football a little bit sooner, you would have actually ended up right into the spot right here. Pretty cool.
And there I am again, rotating back towards the wall instead of rotating wide.
Yeah, exactly. And you see what happened? Because you're rotating ball side, you're causing a lot of stress on your teammate. He can't really go for that and get a good touch on it when you're rotating back this way.
Sorry,
And
potato.
then you ended up he did exactly what he did to you earlier and said, "Get the fuck out of my way." But yeah, definitely making sure we're keeping our rotations on these pads, getting out of there.
On that note, though, Alex, it's just so hard to read like what you're gonna do when you're like that.
I'm just trying to stay offensive. I'm just trying to
I was
be
telling
That's
pressure,
Mark,
what
pressure,
I'm
I
pressure.
was like,
thinking.
I
'Cause
don't know
I
if
don't
you're
know if
still
you're still
going
going when
because you're with
because you're
that
with the
opponent
opponent
with
with
the
Yeah.
ball.
the ball.
That's what I'm
That's what I'm
thinking
thinking
most of the
most of
time.
the
Is like, I
time.
don't know
Is
what's
I don't
going
know
on.
what's going on.
Yeah.
I kind
So
of have that thought too.
and that's why we're going over this replay to give you a very good visual on what's actually going on across all three of you, what you guys are seeing, and how you can overcome this by keeping the circle going. So
Understood. I need to get out of my first instinct, which is to always turn towards the wall. I
right,
can't keep being Superman and trying to get back into the play every 5 seconds.
exactly, and that is the biggest downfall of a lot of people in champering, is literally that trying to be that guy that's on the plate and gets it into the net. You're not first man all the time, and that's the hardest thing to overcome because that's the biggest bad habit is, oh, I'm just gonna be first man again. Actually, I'm gonna be first man again and again, and then it's like now you did all of this, and your teammates are just kind of like confused.
So funny. I
Okay, do I
actually hate
go?
being
Do I
first man.
go? What's that?
I hate being first man. It stresses me out. Like I don't like it.
You get more comfortable with it. The more you
That's
guys kind of
weird.
practice these rotations, like you'll start feeling a lot more comfortable and it'll be less scary being first man. Because you got to remember, your goal is to get that ball into a position to where your second man can score or get a nice little solo play. And if that doesn't happen, you need to just be like, okay, see you later.
So aside from what we've talked about so far, I kind of want to
Mhm.
get Jed and Michael's thoughts here. Jed, are you there?
Yep.
How are you feeling about kind of how we've been doing our team comps? Do you feel like these are the common mistakes we're seeing no matter what we've subbed in? Do you feel like you may have any questions for Tristan or anything like that from watching any of this?
Yeah, he's been asking him.
Uh, no, what we've been talking about is my observation of our weakness, anyways, is cutting rotations and not doing that uh, third man right.
Hmm.
And I guess I struggle with what was right, but I had kind of an epiphany on third man is
Right.
playing for the loss, so
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, because you want to make
That
sure
helps you with
your team's
position.
not getting scored on.
Yeah, I
You're
never
kind of the
thought of
midline
it as
goalie.
playing for the loss.
Yeah.
I thought of it as just being the next second man, if that makes
Don't worry.
sense.
When I was told that, I had the same epiphany. I was like, holy shit. Like
Yeah, and
I
what?
watching
have a
the line
question.
saying this is a win loss, I'm like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Is there a replay? If we could spend the next minute or two into a different replay with B-Boy Jed, if anyone has one, because what
We
I've
can go
noticed,
into a vibrant tiger one.
well, I notice a lot. Trying to word this properly.
Uh, I'll put it
Uh,
this way, Jessica.
okay,
Even though B-Boy isn't in here, he he can still look at this and realize different scenarios that okay, when I would see this happen, now I see what should probably have happened or
right.
where I could be if I was playing in this scenario. Like if he was playing with you two or whatever, or you two. It's kind of given since he's here in the replay review, he's kind of getting more of a visual and learning with you guys in the same time. Even though he's not in the game, he still plays with you guys a lot, and you guys kind of played the exact same together from what I saw.
Yeah, right.
So by all of you kind of having that same idea in your head, ignoring like, okay, well he was, you're here, he's here, ignoring that and just kind of jumbling it up like blue man here, blue man here, blue man here. Okay, this should be like this. Once you start kind of getting into that and you're on the same page with that, the rotations kind of follow through pretty quickly and start
Gotcha.
getting into that motion.
And then, Michael, is there anything that you've noticed from playing with us that we haven't seen in this game yet that you'd want to address?
Exactly. Like I think we're kind of covering it, like with the cutting, and I think our comms we just need more comms. Like
I would say that you guys are pretty quiet sometimes. A lot of good comms I like to do, just kind of get you guys in the mindset of it. If you're going for that ball and you're not sure if somebody else was already planning on it, you say I got it, you're going for that ball. So if it happens to be a cut or it happens to be like a blind sight, whoever didn't call it out, just make sure you're mindful of that, but also make sure if you're calling it out, you're making sure you were the best option before you think about going for it. But if you want to make sure you're kind of saying that you're going to be first man no matter what, you can just be like, I'm playing next, so that way whoever's rotating out will know. Okay, and he's going to plan. I'm probably hitting it this way. Let me rotate out this way, or let me rotate out that. Keep going this way. So once you kind of call it early, that you're going to be first man, you're kind of already setting the stage of, hey, I'm going next. And the moment the space is created, you go for your play. If you miss, that's okay because you already told this person you're going. So they should be ready to go and save your loss here while the next person coming in behind. So being like, I'm next, I got just making sure you're talking to each other about that. And then when it comes down to, you make your first man play, you get beat here. Hey, I'm out, I'm done. Rotate out. So when you say
Let's
I'm out,
talk
I'm done,
about
you're
unnecessary
done.
comms. I feel like I'm saying a lot of words that maybe are not helpful.
Okay.
Uh, so in particular, like I'll say pushing up or
That's
uh,
good.
but I feel like I say pushing a lot when I'm trying to say
So
I'm cutting or I'm taking first.
so what or let's go ahead and get in the habit of like, we already know who first man is because that's who's on the ball right then. Let's let them focus kind of more on what their next option is, and I help them do that. Hey, I'm second. So while he's pushing on the ball right here and he's with it, maybe he doesn't see you yet. You tell him I'm second on your left or something, something like that.
Okay,
I'm
and
with
then I
you.
feel like I say a lot I messed up or they beat me or something like that.
So
Should I even say that at all? Because you guys can see, right? You guys are paying attention, or is that worth saying to over
so
communicate?
I would say like if you're going, I missed. That's okay. I'm beat. You know.
Yeah, what you don't need to say, what you kept doing is, "Oh, guys, I really messed that up," after
Yeah,
it
yeah.
already happened, like,
normally,
3
Yeah,
seconds
yeah,
later.
yeah. It's just more like I missed, and then you keep going. You just kind of
what
keep
I
going for
normally do is like
um,
I catch it early. Like I call it early. Like if I know that I'm gonna miss this ball, then I say it before, just
yeah.
so that they're ready behind me.
Yeah, that's what you want to do because you want to make sure they're playing that loss. Whoever's behind you playing that loss knows, okay, my job is to hit this ball next. No matter what happens, this is my ball next. And whoever was ahead of them, um, you know, get that rotation, whatever's needed.
But also, like, you also told me that you're, like, at 50 boost a lot, and I don't feel like that's necessary.
So, okay, boost coming. I'm not the biggest fan of. My teammate Dylan will do that. He'll say I'm 20 net. That's okay. That way I know. Okay, well you're low with the ball. If I have 100 boost, okay, you come in, I'm 20 net and your back post. If I'm coming through and I grab this 100, hey, I can go. Yeah, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, you need honestly just be like, I'm low in net. Whether, if you have 20 boosts, 30 boosts, I'm low.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
because what might be low to
if
one
you're kind
person
of,
might not be low to another person. Is that what you mean?
yeah, so if you're 50 boost, you're honestly really plentiful for saving the ball from hitting this net.
But as a
So,
confidence, if I'm at 50 boost and I think that's low in my brain, I should say low instead of 50, because he may
right,
interpret it differently.
right, I'm low. Okay. Just whoever's going on here, take I'm low for face value. Okay, they're not confident with that they can get to it. If you're sure that they can, go ahead and tell them, go ahead and go. Like maybe someone dribbling the ball, go ahead and go and force this flick. and then they can cover whatever's after it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even
On
if
the
you're
other
low,
end,
sometimes you just going makes it a million times easier for the person behind you.
Potato does a really good job with this. If he's essentially like setting himself up, he'll call out solo.
Yeah, that is
Um,
really good.
that's super helpful to know like he has another touch coming.
It's
Yeah,
something I
yeah.
wish
So,
my teammate would call.
My
I'll think
bad.
he's
yeah,
like
yeah,
passing and it'll just stay there, and I'm like, oh, so we just double committed now.
yeah. Definitely getting these little comms down and getting it like getting the phrasing that you want to use together to keep it pretty vigilant in voice will help a long way, especially like solo. Okay, so you might have two third mans. That's okay. Two third mans is fine because that means that whatever play happens here, if the play ends up over on this side, first man is now this guy, and this guy can honestly turn into second man, while this guy right here who just went for it will fall back to third man. Um, of course, you don't want to. Depending on how the play goes out, if you're pushing up a second man now, um, after the solo play, uh, you know, you can then be I'm two with you, and you make an infield pass here, do whatever. But yeah, if they say they're solo, just respect it. Let them solo play it. Let the ball play out wherever they're going here. The moment that space is created from that loss, or even like a win, like whoever's on whichever side it goes to. If it's coming on this side, and you two are both right here. Um, say one right here, one right here. Because let's say you're playing for that wall loss, and you're playing for a different loss. That loss goes this way from the solo play. This is your ball now, and you're gonna either play second man with him, or you're gonna play third man, depending on the scenario and where your opponents are.
I have another play question for you.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
let's say the ball is rolling towards the opponent's corner,
Okay.
and I make the decision to take it up the wall and try and pass it mid instead
So
of
right
rotating.
here.
Yeah, let's say this is the opponent's goal, and
Uh huh.
I'm right there in the corner, and
Right here.
yeah, let's say I'm right there,
And the
and
ball's right here.
no, the ball's further back. So let's say it's like right where that boost pad is.
Right
Not
here.
there, the small lily pad. Yes. So let's say the ball's there and I have an opportunity to take it up the wall and try and hit it from the ceiling to mid. Is that
That's an option.
it's not too risky, you don't think?
No,
Or
because the thing
let's
is,
say
you keep.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, the first thing to remember is if your teammate's all the way over here as second man somewhere in this area, you're they're asking a lot for you to be able to get this ball from right here, pushing all the way over to them in this
Mhm.
perfect scenario where they somehow get the ball right.
Sure.
So, uh, instead, you're keeping it within the lines here. So you have your second man pushing here. They as long as they're pushing with the play, the speed of the play, which can be slow if you're taking up the wall, which is fine. As long as you're getting that second man creep up with the speed of the play and you're getting that ball off the ceiling down, as long as they're ready for it, they can jump up and try to play that ball and score it immediately.
So I guess the accuracy for me is still shaky since I'm still new to those types of passes. Should I
Yeah,
even be
yeah.
trying to go for those, or should I just try and
I don't see why
dribble
not.
it around?
It the reason why I say I don't see why not is because if you think you guys can pull it off, as long as you have your third man on offense here to play that loss, what's the big risk, right? You're trying to pass the ball and get it around the opposition.
Mhm.
Unless, there's obviously like if they're just there and you hit it to him,
Uh-huh.
that's one thing. But if you have control of the ball and you're able to kind of hit it around and ping pong it down for them,
So I
and they're
have
able to jump up and
another
get to it.
situation that I see a lot. Let's say
Uh
the defender is on front post and the other defender is on the full boost pad and the other
yeah.
defender is rotating back to back post. And I have the ball. Okay, they're not on the full boost. Both of them are on the front post and one of them is about to hit the back post, right? So,
Okay, so two of them right here.
and I have the ball in the corner. Should I
Okay,
try to wait for
right
them
here.
to attack? Yes. Should I try to wait for them to attack? What I try to do is I try to either go for a doomsy or I try to take it up the wall over to the crossbar so one of my teammates can try and hit it downwards.
So this is where you have to make the decision. Am I gonna make this a solo play or a passing play? Because your second man needs to know this as soon as possible
So my
because
second man
this
is
is a two
exactly
man.
where Ooper Cat is right there. So let's say
They need to be moved over here.
let's say they're right there. Where should it, this is where I'm always confused
This is
of.
a tough scenario because obviously you have 1-2 and you have one that's coming back. So I know exactly what you're talking about. So let me just go ahead.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
right here,
And
one
so
right
should
here,
I wait for them to
and then
come
one that's
and
kind of coming
then
this way.
just like stay
So
patient?
you have two options here. You can try to stay patient and force a play out, force one of them to come out and try to take it from you, or you can try and get it around them. And what you can do, you have the wall here to use. If you trust yourself enough, yeah, you definitely I would use the wall to try to get up and around them because there's two of them here. The chances that both of them are getting up this wall quick enough and not hitting each other and let alone only one of them going and not both, are pretty low. So you can try and force out a double commit honestly.
But if all three of
I
them
only say
are
that because of the overall uh, skill of the lobby and just how
sure,
chat games
sure.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But a passing play might be more preferred here
yes,
as it's further away
that
from the
that is a
opposition.
hard solo play to get.
Uh-huh.
There's another option here. Your second man's right here pushing up. Infield pass. You catch the ball. You hit it this way because if they're both pointing this way, as if their nose is going, looking at it like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yep. So if you're coming around, you catch that ball and you get a direct shot to the right, and you have your teammate here pushing on these pads. That's an infield pass right here. You pass it to him, and then he can shoot it right there on this far post
Now,
while
by
the
shoots, are we talking like just rolling it across the ground shoots?
yeah. Yeah. I'm talking about you can pass it by just literally getting a ground roller this way. It'll make it honestly the best way to do it because you keep the whole play grounded. They're probably expecting you to hit the ball up. You keep it grounded, one of them jumps.
Uh-huh.
That's fine because you're already aiming for this part of the net right here.
I find that I try to catch the ball on my nose and then I try and dribble it over to my teammate, and I usually get beat by the opposition because I'm going too
So
slow.
we're gonna watch a video after this and that will explain all of what you just said right there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So yep, you're pushing a second man. Yeah, you kind of push yourself a little too far over to the center. We want to make sure we stay on these pads, and the reason is it's a lot easier to read this ball and the outcome
Mhm.
from right here. We already know that ball is really hard to get to, and there's no way for you to score here. So you have two options here. Jessica can go for that ball, or you can try and play the aggressive play here. You're down by 2, um, so you probably opt in for the aggressive play. He gets that demo, and you're still playing third man here, which is fine. You want to make sure you're now you got the demo, you're getting out. If you're gonna play this ball, you want to play it, choose now to play it. Try to figure out your next move on the ball here. This rotation was a little too aggressive, I think, for what's going on. Maybe a little rush. Naturally, you wouldn't be there in that spot, Alex, because right here, you would have already acknowledged the play. Okay, then go ahead and rotate out. You can rotate out this way and let Jessica get there a little quicker. And while you're rotating out this way and she goes for it, immediately be the second man. Because you guys just took out someone on the opposition there. So she would probably be in a closer spot in this play, because you rotated out that way and rotated back into it. So now you can both push together to go up there.
And then
And
Potato
then
got the
even
full
if she
boost
gets
and he's ready for the loss. Yeah.
right, exactly.
But
And then
instead, we
start
took a
putting a lot
very
of pressure.
slow rotation because of how tightly I cut,
Yeah,
and that lost us a bunch of time on this.
exactly. Because that was all time that your team could have spent making a nice 1-2 play and getting right into the net.
It's hard watching this, I'll be honest, seeing how many times I cut.
Yeah, I mean, I had to
Yeah,
watch it
you're
through
probably cutting right now.
perspective.
Oh, I really thought you were.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, like this kind of stuff you don't see until someone tells you. Honestly, that concludes that replay. Max, while you're in here, do you have any questions for me at all?
No, I'm just kind of. I mean, I can
Yeah,
kind of apply what you're saying to them, even to me, even if it's not directly like what I was
right.
doing.
And that's kind of what I
But
was saying for like Jed there because I know he's not
yeah,
in this specific replay.
Max, did you save any of the games we played?
I did not save any of them, no. But I
Did
know they're
any
streamed.
Okay.
So I
Did
just
any of
figured I
them
could
skip
like
in your
watch him.
size?